Insellem lilkom it-telespettaturi ta' Xejk u nirringrazzakom tal-li ġejtu naqqatu magħna għal dan il-programm li jkun magħna ta' kull ġimgħa. F'dejjem ikollna diversi intervisti nżommukom informati anke bil-videos li jkunu ħarġu fil-ġimgħa partikolari minn diversi artisti lokali u nħaġġukom biex tagħtuhom aktar support li dawn in-nies li jkomplu jagħmlu l-almu tagħhom biex joħorġu l-prodott tagħhom. Illum bħal sena ilu ser niltaqgħu ma' Richard Hubbard. Is it correct?
Yeah, pretty well, yeah.
It's the second time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me back. Real pleasure.
Thanks as well. We'll be speaking as well and talking about the music scene in Malta last year.
From 2015.
From 2015, yes.
I hope so, because that's what my notes are on.
So, can you tell us your views?
Well, I think it's been incredible. I think that the change since we last spoke. I'm finding more music venues. I won't mention any names, but there are a number of good music venues giving Maltese artists a chance. The type of music that's coming out of the island now is becoming much more diverse, much less outside influence as such, and more sort of organic creativity. The artists are beginning to sound themselves, you know. They're sounding who they are rather than somebody else and trying to interpret it.
And some venues are organizing gigs for these bands and artists. It's really good.
Yeah, I really think that because it shocks me so much. I talk to young people in Malta, and I talk about artists that I've met, I know, and I've heard here, and they just don't know who I'm talking about, and I think it's shocking. I really do. That you know, people don't know who their own musicians are, and good musicians. And I mean, we'll talk about the airport impression things because that's massive. A bit later on, probably. You know, but yeah, I think it's a huge improvement only in the last year. Marvelous. I'm so pleased because I'm a big enthusiast, as you know. I just did that Malta special on my radio show, 28 tunes from Maltese artists, and I couldn't get them all in. You know, I can only play 28 tunes in 2 hours with my, rambling on, as I do. And yeah, I just haven't got time to put any more in, but there are more. So edition 2 may pop up in the not too distant future.
So, can you tell us your best artist in 2015?
Oh goodness, yeah, well, best artist, and now my tablet's gone and shut down on me. My best artists, there's Airport Impressions, blatantly. Yes. The New Victorians, fabulous, wonderful. A new discovery of mine, Cryptic Street. I think they're so good. And No Snow No Alps. They were my top 4 of artists that I came across.
And some of these artists, you went...
I've seen them all.
You see them there?
Yeah, I went to see... I went to see... Actually, No Snow, No Alps down in Valletta. And then that night I managed to meet Lucy's Last and Cryptic Street. And Banjo Rancho from the ranch. So that was a great hookup night, that one.
There were very professional music videos last year as well. And you have a list as well.
I had a job to pick. I mean, you say, pick one, but... I just had so much difficulty out of all of the ones. I've picked 4, and I know you're going to play a couple, but there's just been so many really creative pieces. And I mean, I know they're not done on massive budgets. You know, you guys haven't got the budgets. And actually, talking about budgets, you spoke to me last year about finance. What's nice to see is artists are doing gigs at various venues and being given the opportunity, but being given the opportunity to charge a few euro for people to come and see them, which is so good. I mean, I went to one in Valletta for No Snow No Alps, and people were happily paying, and the place was full. Yes. You know, now that's money in the band's pocket for future investment, for videos, for production, which is how it should be, I think. But onto the videos. Yes, I will look at my tablet for this one because my top video, Xejk, without any doubt, New Victorians. The whole album is just brilliant. I'm following that up by Star Signs,
by
Airport Impressions. Yeah, and that was kind of fighting for top place with. Actually, I should have said Keep Me in Love. New Victorians.
Yes.
And then I followed it up with a UK artist, well, she's Maltese but lives in London, Isabel Luca and Blaming God. And then finally, Lucy's Last Pious. I just thought that the dancer in that's what attracted me. The dancer was really good. I'm not sure about the beds piled up above the doorway, but the dancer I thought was really creative and went very, very well with the music. So yeah, I liked that immensely.
Basically, there were a lot of albums, not a lot of albums, but there were some number of albums that were released last year as well. You have 2 as well.
Yes, I do. For me, really, the best album was Seeker Seeker, New Victorians, without any doubt. Absolutely brilliant, and that stood out for me. And I thought on that, they did a cover of Queen's Somebody to Love,
Yes.
and it just was so different to Queen. You almost didn't realise it was a Queen song, and that I love when artists do that. Take it, rearrange it, slow it down, change its not its roots, change its complete feel, into something that wasn't the original. They haven't done a karaoke of it. They've completely rearranged it, and that I love when I don't do covers very often. I'm not a big fan of covers, but when they come out like that, got to play 'em. So there you are.
We'll be showing one of 2 videos
Okay.
during the interview. Se naraw issa fil-fatt il-single minant The New Victorians u Keep Me in Love.
Soul searching, can you hear my cry? Things have been said, things have been done. Sometimes it feels like I am screaming silently. It's funny or predictable. It's all unseen, it's all unheard. Diving into the unknown, failure or success. I wonder where there is that care of. I'm doubting how your love is now strong. Keep me in love, keep me in love. Keep me in love with you, with you. Keep me in love, keep me in love. Keep me in love with you, with you. 'Cause you're madly in love with me. I want to run and return home. Comfortable, safe and understood. To hide away from all that's crumbling carelessly. Keep me in love, keep me in love. Keep me in love with you, with you. Keep me in love, keep me in love. Keep me in love with you, with you. 'Cause you're madly in love with me. Keep me in love, in love. Keep me 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 in love with you, with you. Keep me in love. Keep me in love. Keep me in love with you, with you. 'Cause you're madly in love with me. Somehow you brighten up my day. Something else urges me to say.
I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow.
Għadda kem segwejna l-music video u koll li ħarġu The New Victorians to Keep Me in Love. So, what do you usually look for when an artist releases his single?
Really?
Because you receive a lot of...
I do, yeah, vast amount. I let most songs play for a minute and a half, max, because I've just got so much to look through. And it normally, if it's going to grab me, it's going to get me. I mean, I had one recently, 15 seconds, and it was like, yeah, love it, you know, so it just depends. But yeah, some songs take a little while to wind up, so you've got to give it that go. But I mean, when an average single is 3.5 minutes long, I think 50%, if it hasn't grabbed you by 50%, there's a good chance it's not going to. So yeah, that's how I work it on that one. And yeah, I've just got a simple saying. And I mean, the station have even done a jingle for me.
Right.
It makes my ears smile. That's it. If it makes my ears smile, it's there. I'm not genre specific pretty well. I've just discovered Nadine Cisa, I believe it's pronounced,
yes.
and I'm not a jazz fan. But
She's
her
really
album
worth it.
Velvet, it's just, it's jazz that's you're comfortable with. It's not, no vocal gymnastics involved. It's just a really nice album to sit and listen to, and I've been playing it on my show. Storm Cloud's currently my favourite track. And I know she performs locally on the island, so if anybody isn't into jazz, but would like maybe to have a taster, dip their toe, go and see Nadine, because I think you'll really enjoy it.
I think you're one of the few presenters in the UK that play Moti's music.
If not the only one,
I think
you know.
the only one,
yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just pure. I mean, as I said to you before, it's down to Isabel Luca for dragging me to a Red Electric concert for 4 or 5 years ago. You know, me not knowing who Red Electric was, I haven't got a clue. You know, who, what? But yeah, that was the kind of start for really, and that started me digging around for Maltese artists, and started me looking at the new artist thing in completely worldwide. And I mean now, I'm. You know, it's taken a few years hard work, but my Twitter profile is quite large, my Facebook profile, and I now get contacted by agents, record companies, producers, promo people, and artists themselves. I mean, it's a constant flow. Malta's, you know, one of the slots from the countries I deal with. But I do have a little bit of a passion for Maltese artists, because I think a little bit of help that wouldn't go amiss.
So we'll be showing now the second music video.
Okay.
Airport Impressions u Star Signs, se naraw issa u se nkomplu intervista wkoll ma' Richard.
to save our dreams from falling down. Yeah, we threw our heart into the sound. Running like a fugitive, dance at a fire brigade. Our eyes won't be so cynical, soon let us follow the game. You hide away the morning fears, but I leave those words I hear to our own ears. We'll chase the note to solid ground, and between here and wherever we may be, why don't we run like a fugitive, dance at a fire brigade? Our eyes won't be so cynical, soon let us follow the game. When there's no sign of knowing the way into the marching parade, that we won't be too critical, soon let us follow the game. We drove along the cold hotel, took a journey far away, away from here. We chose a soul, but not the fear. How to face the sun along the road till then? Why don't we fall? Why don't we fall? Why don't we fall? Why don't we Running like a fugitive, danced at a fire brigade. Our eyes will be so cynical, sound made us follow the game. When there's no sign of knowing the way, to the marching parade. Now we won't be too critical, soon made us follow the game. Why don't we fall?
Għadda kem segwejna it-tini music video li mġi mażulu kol minn Richard u sen koplu intervista miegħu. Describe one memory that stuck with you from 2015 in the music scene in Malta. Have you one particular memory?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I've got to say from 2015 was when John Lucas gave me his single Secrets.
Yes.
And it's just blinding, and so many people love it. And I've got one person, every time I play it, she claims it won't go out of her head. It is. And of course, he's brought your song out since then. Yeah, it's just excellent. A really great tune. A special mention to John, not only because he's a good friend of mine, but he actually is writing some great music at the moment and putting some really good stuff out. So, yeah, a special mention for that one.
You have spoke as well to the Maltese presenter, Michael Bujaya.
Yeah, no, that was really interesting. I met Mike back in October, November last year, and I said, would he be happy to do an interview on my show? And he, graciously said, yes, please. So I went back to UK and plotted and planned, and I did an interview with Mike. It was, goodness me, best part of an hour at least. We covered a lot of ground that night. We really did. And if anybody hasn't heard it, you can go up on Mixcloud, find me, Richard Hubbard, on Mixcloud, and the interview's there for you to really listen to as many times as you like. Also, the interviews that, I'm just trying to think who else I did another interview recently. I've done one with Errol Samut not long ago, and also I did a Malta special music show, all 28 tracks, Maltese artists. I recommend a listen because I think you'll be quite surprised how diverse the range of music is. From you've got classical with Gabriele Portelli, you've got Airport Impressions, you've got Lucy's Last, you've got Nadine. Goodness, there's so many others. I can't even remember who I put in there now. But 28 tracks and about 26 different artists. And that's not all. I think edition 2 will follow sometime this year. I really do.
What this year will look like in the music scene in Europe, in your
What,
opinion?
last year's?
This year.
This year, oh yeah, I mean it's on the up without any doubt at all.
Yeah.
And the more gigs that are happening, the more bands, and there's so many more bands appearing. I mean, in the end, everybody in Malta is going to be a musician. The way it begins to feel like that. A small country like this, and there's so many bands and solo artists popping out, and for me, the thrill is there's a lot of original music out of that. I mean, I don't bother much with covers and the pageants, and I do understand that in Malta that is a route to getting yourself known, but it's not something I do. But somebody presents me with some original music, an original song that's well put together. I have no prejudices. There's nothing will stop me playing it if I like it.
Yes,
It's as simple as that.
Yes.
No politics, no nothing. I'm about music.
Nothing else that we can speak about the music.
Yeah,
scene
actually,
more?
I do have something to say on social media.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big passion of mine in the fact that I believe, you've got to. I mean, when I started on Twitter 2 years ago, I had nobody following me and nobody knew who I was on Twitter. I've now got nearly 1,000 people follow me, all gained, as I say, organically, right? But it's through hard work. You've got to look on Twitter, you've got to find people on Twitter that relate to what you're doing. Artists, I mean, for me, it's artists, producers, record companies. You retweet their posts, they notice you.
Yes.
Then they come to you and they contact you and say, hi, what do you do? This, that and the other. That increases your profile. And that's how I've done it. And now I don't have to do that anymore because I'm getting people adding, I'm getting 5, 10 ads a day. Just out of the blue now, but yeah, you have to put in the groundwork and you have to learn to use Twitter. But I so recommend it for any artists who've got themselves a piece of work they want out there, other than in Malta. You've got to put a link up to your YouTube, your SoundCloud.
Facebook.
No, Facebook. No, Facebook's great for Malta. It's a great social thing.
Yes.
You've got to combine the two. All right, but Twitter will get you out there, and you've got to put a link to your Reverb Nation account, your SoundCloud account, your YouTube account, or whatever other account you've got that people can see and listen to your music. Put that in a post with a picture. If you've got a promo picture of your band or whatever, bung that in your tweet, and then look for hashtags that relate to it. I mean, I use one quite often, new music or new indie music, but there's lots of hashtags. That puts you on another page, and from there people see these posts and they'll follow or they'll like or they'll contact you or whatever, and that's how it happens. Facebook's fine, but to spread your word out of Malta, it's very difficult. You can't find stuff as quickly and easily. I mean, I can give you an example. I've got a couple of Americans on my Twitter that follow me. They've got over 1 million followers each. Okay, so if I tweet them and they retweet, that's a couple of million people suddenly see my tweet like that, snap of a finger. You can't do that on Facebook. And then you rely on odds that a percentage of those people that then see that tweet go, oh, that's interesting. What's it about? And that's it. You've got people hooked. And that's really how it works.
Then you put a link and then, of course.
Yeah, I mean, and you've got to be fairly prolific in your posting. You mustn't have the attitude, oh, I don't want to bother people. You're not bothering people, you know. If somebody doesn't want to, or has no interest in what you've posted, they'll just ignore it. You're not bothering them, you know. You've got to operate on the law of averages. You've got to throw it out there, and as I always say, if you throw enough mud at a wall, some of it will stick. You know, and then you're going to reap that, because then you'll gain fans. I mean, like Airport Impressions, I mean, what a success story. You know, here they were, massive in Malta, not really that known outside, I think Sweden, they were known a bit in Sweden. I'm playing their music on my show. An American PR lady heard them, fell in love with them. She now represents them. They're now touring Scotland this year, and goodness knows what else is going to happen. They've been interviewed on the best part of 100 radio stations now in the UK and in America. There are people writing blogs about them now on social media and so on. And it's all happened in the last 4 months. Just because one person heard their music. All right, it was on my show, but the same could operate if you just posted something on Twitter yourself. That's how quickly it can work. You've only got to catch one. I did say to Errol about 18 months ago that it just takes one person to hear something that resonates with them, and boom. And this is the proof.
Spreads.
This is the proof. You know, they're now going to tour Scotland, 10 days tour. Fantastic.
So, thank you very much, Richard.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Could have gone on for hours. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you
indeed.
very much.
Been a pleasure. Look
Yes.
forward to next year.
So then we take a look
Yeah,
to
take a look at-
2016.
Yeah, and what else has happened? All right, Christian, thank you very
Alright,
much.
thank you very much, Richard.
Been a pleasure.
Nirgasaw ukoll Richard li kien magħna fl-ewwel parti tal-programm Local Angle miegħi Christian Busuttil. Jien ser inkompli b'aktar minn hawn ftit ieħor. Ibqgħu hemmhekk.